Hey guys, this is a mystery fan. One of the reasons I decided to film the classic fans, even though it was packed away, I'd gotten requests for it, but I get a ton of requests for stuff that's packed away, and I generally don't, destroy my workshop, my other workshop, to dig out something that's packed away just to do a video because somebody requested it. But I was curious about the classic fans, and when I found it, it was packed in the same box as this, and I thought this would be a good candidate for a video too. So first of all, ignore the switch cap. That's just something I put on there so it wouldn't be bare on the bottom. But everything else came with it. The motor is identical to the motor that is in a Ritz or a Moss. Lower canopy is identical to the lower canopy that comes on my classic concepts. It's got, well, and the upper canopy, they're the same thing. It's also identical to the lower canopy that is on the CEC Industrial that Cole has and I want very badly. It's also identical to the upper canopy on some Caribbean Breezes. It's plastic. Upper canopy is metal and is identical to that of a Ritz or a Moss. The blades are solid wood, and in some ways this thing looks homemade. If I hadn't seen these before in pictures, I'd think it was. The holes that are drilled in the blades are very poorly done. They're not even lined up properly. So some of the blades are a little crooked. The screws are all way too long. Just any number of these things just screams like they took the motor out of a Ritz or a Moss or something and then just made it into a fan, but it's clearly a thing. And then check this out. High, 0.8 amps. And it flies, by the way. But then, it's only one speed. There's no markings on it anywhere, not a UL sticker, not a, made in nothing. So I don't know the first thing about it, other than that it's cool. When I got it, it had some kind of globe on it, hence the switch cap. I don't even remember where I got it, to be honest. It wasn't shipped to me. It was either a Craigslist or a Habitat, I think. I honestly have no memory of where I got it, which makes it even stranger. The paint job is really bad, like there's drips in the paint. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. It's such a strange thing. And then you pull the chain again, much like a Ritz or an early Moss. Runs in reverse. It actually drives more current in reverse. So let's run it with the cap box and the solid state and all of that. So that'll be high again, but now it's off on the thing. So this is another one to go on the long list of curiosities, but to me it's not nearly as important in finding out who made it as, say, the iFan. Okay. 1, 2, and as I suspected, 2 is enough to get it going. So if I were to put well, there's not any room to put capacitors in it. The lower canopy's full. Switch housing is tiny. I was going to say, if I put a 4-speed pull chain in it, this would be the lowest speed, 2 microfarad, but there might be, because a 2 microfarad capacitor is pretty small, so there might be enough room to make it a 2-speed and this be the slowest speed, and just have this in high, but that would be very disparate speeds. 2, 3, 1.4, 4, 1.9, so this is if you used it with an Emerson control. 5, so this is if you used it with a Casablanca control. 2.4. Didn't do a thing to the bearings. Bearings are silent. I didn't measure it. It looks to be like a 46 inch. 6. 7. 3.2. So this is your medium low with a Emerson control. That's actually a pretty good medium low. 8. 9. 10. That's your medium low with the Casablanca control. I think it's a good Emerson control candidate. Moves quite a bit of air. We'll do the airflow test when we get to high. 11, so this is your medium high with the Emerson control, which is a little bit slow, but I'll accept it. 12. Forgot to tell you that was like 0.45 for the 11. I at least give the amp ratings when we get to the stops where it's normally used on a control. So we're up to 15 now. It's 0.55. This would be your medium high with the Casablanca control. 20.64. 25.69. 7.2. There's a 30, sorry. Did that in reverse. 35, 7.3, 40, 7.5, and then high is 7.9. I'll probably measure it before the video is done. Interesting, there's not a whole lot back here. It's a lot underneath the fan. It's probably about the same as like a 52-inch spinner motor fan, like when I was testing the Hunters and things like that. Maybe a hair less, but it is a smaller fan. I'm surprised at how balanced it is. When you look at the blades, they're not at all. Something else I'll show you. Here's the heater. I have the heater out because it's been cold again. It was at 0.7, what was it at? 0.78, and I turn the heater on. Drops to 0.75. See? Let's do the solid state control. It's like 56 degrees up here, so it's not freezing, but it's enough that I run the heater when I'm not running the fan. Yeah, I'm racking my brain trying to figure out where I got this from. If it was stored with the classic concepts, that means it was originally stored here in my organ shop. And the only fans that I can remember storing here in my organ shop other than industrials were the two classic concepts and a Casablanca Four Seasons that I got from the Restore in Milwaukee. So I possibly got this from the Restore in Milwaukee. Okay, solid state. We're at 0.08 is enough to get it going. In my memory, this had arch end blades, so I was surprised to pull it out and see pointed tip blades. Blades have some cracks in them. I had always intended to glue them. One of them looks like somebody tried to glue it in the past and didn't do a very good job. Okay. Okay, it's noisy. It's eighth of a turn, 0.2. Very noisy, eighth of a turn, 3.6. Eighth of a turn, 5.0. Eighth of a turn, 6.7. And high, yeah, it's too noisy. Yeah, well, Don't know what I'm going to call the video. Unknown spinner fan with Ritz motor, I guess. It's pretty cool. You know what? There has to be a connection between CEC and Ritz and Moss. I think they have to all come out of the same factory. And the reason I'm saying that is because Adam has one of these, but his has a CEC type motor with the 3 rings, kind of like a Contec. It's the same motor that Cole's Industrial has. But other than that, it's the same. Same canopy, same switch housing, same blade brackets. So, I'm guessing that CEC was either the factory that made Moss and Ritz, or it's just the same factory, and CEC is another relabel. Given that we've seen CEC on Mosses, that would make some sense. Well, somebody will have something to say about that. Oh, I was going to measure it, so let me find some way to set the phone down so that I can do that. Doesn't need to be perfect because the video is not going. It's just, just enough to show. Come on, that's good enough. I have the tape measure up here because I measured the 46. Am I smart or am I smart? The answer to that is I am smart. I knew it looked too small to be 48 and too big to be 42. So, thanks for watching.